My name is Samuel Jaffee from the Department of Spanish and Portuguese Studies on the Seattle campus. Linguist Diane Larson Freeman observed that teaching does not cause learning and that learning is achieved through variable tasks that can be tailored to the learners. Larson Freeman wrote that teaching is managing the dynamics of learning, and I kept this definition in mind when I taught a new course in a new area in a new format, Peruvian Cultural Studies, to native heritage and second language speakers, all double majors in Spanish and another discipline, in distance learning through Zoom in autumn quarter 2020. How could I develop a digital curriculum that would be responsive to students' Spanish levels, their other academic and personal interests, and would make the course material experientially real for the students? How could I effectively teach them contemporary Peru and all that it features through visual cultures, critical race studies, and indigenous studies? How could I present many fascinating artists, musicians, writers, filmmakers, and political movements? How could I draw students to interpret material in the Quechua language after teaching only basic terms? I decided to structure the course around social justice perspectives from Peruvian entrepreneurs and innovators, and to teach each meeting using chaos or complexity theory and differentiated instruction, organizing principles of variable tasks, teamwork, and student freedom to support inquiry based practical activities, both formative and summative assessments. I thought that creatively approaching the material through inquiry and imagination would democratize class participation, especially since distance learning is basically impossible in a second language. Each 2 hour class period, we met on Zoom for 60 to 80 minutes, and then students worked independently during studio time with the material or with related new material. For studio time, I asked students to adopt a rebellious or punk or skeptical attitude toward characters and ideas, go off on a tangent, present ideas in a different way, become an artist or a free thinker, do internet research, and get to work first without a plan and worry about organization later. In studio time, students created something, anything, creative or reflective writing, audio, video, podcast, photos, a part two of the material, a dance, news reports, song, or results from their internet research, and published it on Canvas or a course Instagram account. And they responded to their classmates' posts. I never knew what students would want to explore or what they would come up with. Their studio work could be used later as a draft for a written assignment or final project, and students were urged to find details in the material most personally interesting to them and share them with the class, thereby reinforcing all of our learning and showing new perspectives on Peruvian cultures. Studio time, or a similar principle of chaos or complexity theory, can be introduced in humanities courses, discussion based and with under 30 students, majors or non majors. My experience teaching cultural studies as chaos theory shows that studio time appeals to students with a range of skills in Spanish and cultural analysis, shows freeing ways of creative analysis, and may inspire students to choose a major in the discipline.